Right, now we need to fix the other side of the post. So these are your normal frame fixings. So what I'll do, I'll first use 6.5mm drill bit. I countersink this with 20mm drill bit. And so, because these fixings are a bit shorter, so what I'll do, I'll use these plugs and I'll use frame fixing screws, which then will go through like that, and that's how I'm gonna fix it. I'll combine two, so I'll use these plugs. I'll use 6mm to get all my holes so that I know that they're gonna line up, and I'll take off the post. I'll drill it through with 10mm drill bit masonry, and then I'll put these plugs in, and then I'll use these so it pulls it in all the way through. So basically it'll be like that. So you'll get a essentially fixing of this by a longer length. Reason being is it will pull it tighter, and it will do the same job as these fixings would. It's just these are a bit too short for this purpose. I need the longer ones, but I'll mix it up because I got these. Being seed, being Iroko, it doesn't really want to go through that, so I'll pre-drill it with wood bit, 6mm, as far as I can, and then I'll use the masonry to go through and mark where we need to drill with our 10mm bit. So if that would have been softwood, we would have been able to go through with the masonry a bit easily, but it isn't, so it's a bit more we need to free up the way for the screw to go through. It's a bit too hard for masonry bit to cut through, it just burns. As you saw, we had an issue that when we drilled it in with the 10mm drill bit and it asked for 10mm hole, unfortunately it was not staying in there. So what solution is, what you can do, so this is your plug, it's in your wall, so what you can do is use 7mm plugs and push them in like so. I would say put two in. So you see I've put one in there. So push it all the way in with this fixing you're going to use. As you can see, it's in there. Put another one in. So put another one in again as far as you can without the fixing or anything like that, and then tap it in like that, but do that once it's in a wall. So what we'll do, it will expand this plastic, and when, or this plug, sorry, and when you're going to be actually fixing stuff in, the screw will expand it even more. So basically what will happen, it will expand it and it will actually hold rather than just pull out. So as you can see, it's solid. And beforehand what we had that even with the original screws, some may say, well, you've used the wrong screw, that's how it doesn't grip. But all it takes is a little wobble on a drill bit, and it just makes the hole slightly bigger, and therefore you get a problem that it doesn't hold in the wall. So you can do this with any kind of actually plugs, either 10, 8, whatever, but what you're gonna have to do is just find the ones which fit in easily enough, well, snug, but so you can get them actually in, plug in a plug if you like. So if you double, triple plug it, then you will get still your fixing. So that's what we've done here. This post is fixed, and we'll crack on by starting working on our gate. Obviously you want to get these things done before you make the gate, because otherwise it saves you from planning off, you know, and messing around basically. So you want to make sure that you put your posts in. If you can, put them plumb. Not always you can, because especially when you go against the wall, it's best if your post sits right against the wall, because you're gonna be able to pull it to the wall a lot better. In some cases you might have to back it, obviously it won't look as nice, but yeah, so we're done with the posts. So just go through what I did. As you can see, we've drilled a pilot hole. We've drilled about 25mm in, and then we used frame fixings and these 10mm raw plugs with 7mm inside, 2 of them in each, which what it does, it basically fills in this section here. So once the screw goes in, once the screw actually goes in, it grips. It expands this plug, and it's enough for it to grip, because you got double thickness of plug in. So as you can see, the hole for that is probably like 3-4mm, and by the time you get 6.5mm screw in, it will expand it enough for it to grip in a wall, if you want to use drive fixings. Alternatively, you could use a other method where you again mark your holes with the smaller drill bit, drill through. Then you could technically get plugs, mechanical fixings such as resin and 12mm bolt, and then push this on. That means drilling bigger holes, so you can obviously get your socket in, etc. So that's why I prefer to go not too drastic, but sometimes you just don't have a choice because the wall is not great to fix in bigger fixings in. But yeah, if it would have been half post, I would probably use just the I'll show you. So if you have half post, you could use these frame fixings. When it decides to zoom in, come on, zoom in. These frame fixings. To help it, you can put some washers on, like penny washers, to stop it from going through wood, because head is fairly small compared to the thread. So you can put penny washers on if it's like a softwood especially, and then yeah, you will need like 22mm hole depending on the size, but you want you can also get those penny washers in stainless steel from Tool Station, Screwfix. So if you do like a lot of posts into the masonry, etc., I would suggest you get penny washers, because then it helps, especially in softwood, which is main material used for the fences, etc. That will sort you out in terms of fixings, because these are good, but sometimes they pull in too much. Wood is too soft, and it just, yeah, over time it just fails, starts wobble. So with the penny washer you'll be fine. 6.5mm hole, or 6mm hole, and Yeah, try to not go too close to the edge of the brick. Try to strike pug joint if you can, but depending on pug, obviously sometimes pug is too soft, so you might have to go in a brick, and if you do, go in the middle rather than edge, so it doesn't crack, or so you know, prevent it from cracking, because sometimes they do crack if they're quite brittle. So that's where we are. So yeah, next step is measuring for the gate. I will allow about 16 millimeters for the gaps in total. So 8 mil, 7-8 mil each side, to allow it for, you know, movement, etc. Because it will want to move over the seasons, obviously. So maybe 15, 7 should be alright. And yeah, I'll probably have a bit more on the hinge side than on the latch side, but that's where we are. And now we're gonna start measuring up for the gate, so I'll catch up you in a bit